What's up, guys? This is TVae with John Kramer, the Vikings extras with John Kramer, and I haven't been here in a long time. I know the last video I posted was like probably the pregame of the Vikings versus Seahawks game, which was week 3. Because, well, first of all, what happened was, I can't remember what happened, but after recording audio on my phone, it was hard to transfer from my phone to my computer because iTunes was acting up, so I did an easy way, which is emailing it, but I never used it. So this is just going to be our recent recap of the last 7 games, because already since after the Seahawks game, let's go to the Browns game, which is where we had no offense the whole game. And our defense, that was the first week our defense actually played great. We're playing against the Browns, who have Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., David Njoku, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. They had all the weapons on offense, plus the best offensive line in the league. And we held them to 14 points, still disappointing. Even though the last play of the game, we could have won this. The last play of the game, Greedy Williams was hugging Adam Thielen in the end zone, which should have been defensive pass interference, put us at the 1, potentially could have scored a touchdown to tie the game, or even go for 2 and win the game. That annoys me so much that they didn't call that, even though they called Eric Hendricks for defensive holding, which he grazed Odell's shoulder, his jersey, and they call that holding, but they don't call Greedy Williams for pass interference. That makes no sense. Then the next game was, I think it was the Lions. Yeah, it was the Lions, which you might have seen my reaction to the final play of the game, the 54-yard field goal Greg Joseph made. I was so nervous for that because he already kicked a 49-yard field goal short. Like, how do you kick a sub 50-yard field goal short? I get it if it was tipped, but it wasn't. It just... Not with that sound effect, though. Anyways, our offense, again, was nowhere to be seen. We should have scored... If we scored 30 on the Seahawks, we should have scored 30 on the Lions. Our defense... Okay, we held them to 17 points. I mean, Sure, so we should have held them to even less because they didn't have Quintus Cephas, which is their top wide receiver. But whatever. 17 points is okay. It's below 20, so whatever. It's just we had no offense that game. Our offense was nowhere. We should have scored. We should have scored at least 30 on them if we scored 30 on the Seahawks. Then the next game was... I don't even remember what the next game was. Oh, yeah, it was Carolina. I thought I was going to do something weird. It was also already that I did that. Carolina. First of all, the last drive, we allowed 2 4th and 10 conversions. First was Sam Darnold, I almost said Teddy Bridgewater, threw it a dime to their tight end. But we were playing bad coverage. We shouldn't... Why do we have to allow a 4th and 10 twice? And then again, we had Cameron Dantzler on DJ Moore. Cameron Dantzler might be better than Bashaud Breeland, but we could have put even Mackenzie Alexander on him, and that would have probably been a better option. Mackenzie Alexander, I mean, he's more experienced, so that already gives him an edge. And I would have trusted Mackenzie Alexander more on DJ Moore. And then we let them get a touchdown, then a 2-point conversion. Luckily, we scored in overtime, which was KJ Osborne made a great play. Caught it just a few yards from the out of bounds, and was still able to get in for the touchdown. And I didn't know he actually threw off his helmet, got a fine. But if you just got the game-winning play, you could get a $1 million fine. You would not care, because you just made a game-winning play. Just like Stephon Diggs in the NFC wildcard round, divisional round. Chucked his helmet, got a big fine, but who cares? That was a Minneapolis Miracle. Do you think he cares about a dang fine? No, he obviously doesn't. And then what was our... I cannot remember a lot of the games we've had since then. Let's see, we had the... Oh yeah, we had the... It was the Ravens, the Let's see, I know we played the Ravens, the Chargers, and the blanking on the Packers. First of all, the Packers game was amazing. Even though we did allow them to come back from down 16-3, we still won the game. And Justin Jefferson had a huge game, 8 receptions, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's Randy Moss Thanksgiving numbers. And then also against the Chargers, we won 27-20, which is nice. I was actually coming back from a cross country meet in South Dakota, and so I was napping a lot of the way, so I didn't hear like 3/4 of the game. But last thing I remember waking up to hearing the Vikings were going for it on 4th and 2. We converted it, even though Dalvin Cook fumbled. We still the lineman recovered it. Excuse me. Which was great that we beat them. But then also the Ravens. Gosh, we had the interception in overtime. We did nothing with it. And gosh, it's so annoying when you can't think of anything to say about your team because they lost like that one. There's nothing to say about it. Then we did shut down Lamar the first half. The second half we couldn't at all. We couldn't stop the 2 most washed up running backs in the league. Devontae Freeman hasn't had a good year since 2016. 2015 he had good years. He had a lot of touchdowns. But we couldn't shut him down. And then also Le'Veon Bell, who hasn't had a good year since 2017. 2 most washed up running backs in the game. You could also say David Johnson or Todd Gurley, but I'm going to say Devontae Freeman. We couldn't stop either of them. Devontae Freeman, I think he's a pretty big guy, but still, oh my gosh. It was so annoying to watch them just run the ball down our throats the whole game when we had Dalvin Tomlinson, DJ Wonnum, Everson Griffin, Michael Pierce, Danielle Hunter on the line. We still couldn't stop them. So, what? I don't know why I don't remember. I don't remember the other game after that. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. It was the Bengals 0-1, Cardinals 0-2. The first 2 games we could have easily won those 2. The Seahawks 1-2. The Browns 1-4. The Browns 1-3. The Lions 2-3. Then the Panthers 3-3. But then there was it was our bye week after that. Oh, the Cowboys. Cooper Rush. We couldn't even stop Cooper Rush. That week though was just a big week for a third string for backup quarterbacks. Also, Mike White had that huge game against the Bengals, and where they beat them 34-31. Which at the end of that game, the helmet to helmet unnecessary roughness call, the Jets player literally lowered his helmet to get hit in the helmet. If he didn't lower his helmet, that wouldn't have been a call, and then they would have been stopped. Anyway, Cooper Rush, we couldn't even stop him. And also, we did not have a lot of offense that game. 26-20. Also, okay, the end of the first half, probably the worst clock management. I was watching at my friend's house, and his dad said that was probably the worst clock management he's ever seen. We had no timeouts. There was under 30 seconds left, and I can't remember if we had any timeouts. But first of all, we didn't get out of bounds, and then he decided we didn't get anything going for like 15 seconds until finally Kirk threw an incomplete pass toward KJ Osborne, and then we just needed. You could get lined up quickly, spike the ball, and then we could have had a chance for the Hail Mary, even though that was probably not gonna work out. Still, we had a chance to score at the end of the half. So that was an annoying game to watch. And then also, Cameron Dantzler, he didn't even jump for that fade in the back of the end zone to Amari Cooper, which gave the Cowboys the lead at 19-16, not counting the PAT, then 20-16 counting the PAT. He didn't even jump. All he did, he was just running. He wasn't even really covering him. Even my friend's mom said that she could have jumped for that, because he didn't even jump. He just ran along with him. Amari Cooper jumped up, caught the ball, but Cameron Dantzler didn't. Anyway, that's it for my recent recap of this season. I could not think of anything to say for half of it. Anyways, always remember, the Packers will always suck. Actually, the Packers game, that was our 500th win that was the Vikings' 500th win in our history, which was perfect. That was against the Packers. Yeah, and I also I actually have a fantasy team that's all the Viking starters minus Dalvin Cook. I'm actually 4-6 right now, or 4. I know I'm doing pretty dang good. The Vikings are 5-5. I think I'm like 5-6 actually. I think 5-6. I won that week, which was great. I expected to win maybe 2 games. I even won on my bye week. Anyway, Packers will always suck, and Skol Vikings.